Hello and welcome to the short video. What I would like to do here is I would like to show you how we can use Excel spreadsheets to analyze your CSV files. So what are CSV files? Well, CSV files are files that look much like this one, which is a spreadsheet. It opens within Excel and it's just rows and rows and rows of data. Now you can ask yourself, well, what's the use of that? Well, that's the problem. A lot of programs will spit out CSV files. You got your social media platforms, you've got your CRM systems, accounting and bookkeeping software packages. All those kind of things will spit out loads and loads of data on a CSV file. So why do you want to use these to create spreadsheets? And the answer is that spreadsheets essentially take data that's in the spreadsheet and manipulate it in order to show you whatever you need to see. So for argument's sake, this one, you can see I've got data there, but I've got tables here showing various rankings, which you'll see what happens in a few minutes when we put the data in. We've got download reports of graphs and all the rest of it. But these, as you can see, are useless. There's nothing on them because it doesn't have the data to produce the results. So what normally happens in an Excel spreadsheet is someone has to enter the data. So you've got someone entering it as they go along. Now, that's all good and well, and a lot of people use it for that because they want the spreadsheet as the place to capture the data. That's fine. But if you've already got the CSV that's got all of the data on it, and you want to see the results that the CSV file is not showing you, and you want to see customized results so you can see exactly what's happening with that data, then this is the perfect scenario in order to achieve this. So what I've done is I've created the spreadsheet. I've got an intranet set up. The reason why I've made this one is for myself, is to monitor the downloads from my website. So it shows you what kind of downloads are being downloaded more often, and I can break it down per month to see which downloads are going out in which months, and then I can marry that up with any marketing strategy I've had to see if more people have downloaded because of it being marketed properly, all those kind of things. So what I've done is I've done this for a calendar year. So I put the calendar year in, and I've named up to 10 different download types there. So I've got them into categories, if you will, for the downloads. For free downloads. And then what I've done is I've listed all the download IDs and I've listed all of the download names. So you've got all the different downloads, and I've gone all the way down. There's a whole whack of them, and I've put them all into different categories of different types of downloads. But as you can see, there's no data produced there, and there's nothing produced in the graphs. Why? Because I don't know how many downloads have been downloaded each day, and how many of which particular download have been downloaded each day. So this blue section here is where I paste that data. So this, sometimes you can have a spreadsheet where you paste the data in and it automatically produces the report. Other times you might have to do something different, like I've done here, if you need to tell the spreadsheet what that data means, which I've done here. But that just gives you an element of control. And as you'll see in a minute, I've also given myself various things here so that I can select which products I'd like to see and which type of product I'd like to see, and the graphs will change accordingly. So let's get hold of that data. So this is the kind of spreadsheet I'd make for you, for your business, your custom reports based on your data. And then all you would need to do is get the data. So from my point of view, I don't actually need a lot of this. I don't need any of that. And I don't need any of that. That is all I need. So if I take that, right click, copy it, and go to here. Now that CSV file came from my website. There's a plugin that monitors the downloads, and that was the CSV that it produced. And then I come and right click and I paste values, not normal paste, because normal paste will paste all the formatting and everything else from the other sheet, which will cause issues. So I paste values into there, let it load, and now that data is all inside of the spreadsheet. So now the spreadsheet's accessing that data and it's doing what it needs to do. So now if we go to the file rankings, we'll be able to see actually these files are now ranked in order of which one's the most popular download. You can see basic color, which months were really good for which particular download. You can see March looked like quite a good month there. You can see a lot of darker green there. We obviously haven't got to these upcoming months yet. This this brochure, as you can see, was only launched there. I didn't have it up until that point, and I launched it, and I did a whole big marketing campaign around it. So that's why that was a big thing. So you can see here, some of these downloads are more constant than other ones, which maybe are new or old, or I've stopped them, or some of them have really good months and other months aren't so good. So I can see exactly what's happening with the downloads here ranked in order. And also I can come to this page and now I can see all the graphs. These are all the total number of downloads. These I can select which type of download I'd like to see. So from a case study point of view, and I can see actually this month here in March was quite high for case studies compared to the normal the total downloads. Product trials, I can see product trials as well. They're on two different axes, so you can't necessarily compare value with value, but you can see if it's a high month and a high month that's to be expected. If it's a high month in total and low month in that particular one, there's maybe something wrong with that type of download. So this gives me all the information I want to see. I can select the different products, and I can see where and when they were downloaded, more so than the average and the totals. And then I can come down here and I can see different types of download. If I want to compare, for argument's sake, what happened in June to what the totals are, you can compare the two. And then down here I can see the different types of download on a month-by-month basis, so which ones are consistently high. So all of this information that's come from here, and so all of this information on the download report, all of this information here, and what I've been able to set up here, all depends on the data that I've got from the CSV file. So now I'm sure you can imagine we've got 8,500 odd downloads, and that's only for half the year. You can imagine I don't really want to be entering all of these things, so it makes sense just to get it straight from the CSV file, put it in and then edit it. And that is the kind of thing that these spreadsheets can do. So you can take your CSV data and make the spreadsheet around that so it accepts the data as it is, and it gives you the reports that you want. So now the question is, what CSV files do you have? What data do you have at your fingertips? And what would you like to know about that data? Because if you've got CSV files that have the correct raw data in, but you want to see it manipulated into graphs, charts, whatever else, and you can see exactly what's happening, this is the kind of thing that you need. So please have a think about that. Have a look at your internal programs, if you've got any CRM systems or bookkeeping or accounting packages, or even social media sites and websites, and all those things that will give you CSV files. Have a look at the data you've got, see what you want to do with it, and once you've made that decision, get hold of me, and I will make you a custom solution in order to do just that. So thank you very much, and I wish you all the best with your business. Goodbye.